Have you ever pondered the path to becoming a billionaire like Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, or Bernard Arnault? How did they achieve it? Were they just lucky, or did they know something we don't? This question is asked a lot, therefore we're going to explore it thoroughly today. Is making money a simple activity that only a chosen few can accomplish, or is it completely out of reach? To be more precise, how can we tap into the wisdom of billionaires like Bernard Arnault, who amassed an enormous fortune and ranks among the world's wealthiest people? While many want to become billionaires, few have a firm grasp on the steps necessary to get there. It may appear to be a smooth ride from the outside, huge corporations, huge bank accounts, and a life of luxury. However, the reality is sometimes far more complicated and perhaps far more challenging than what you would anticipate. The unseen tales of a billionaire's rise to the top, their hardships, setbacks, and defining moments will be revealed today. Many look up to Bernard Arnault, the French entrepreneur who runs the LVMH empire, as the model of success in the high-end product sector. On the other hand, you could be unaware of this. It wasn't always easy for Arnault to get rich. He did not come from a wealthy household. Actually, Arnault's adventure began in a modest construction company that belonged to his family. It was a world apart from the glitz and glamour of the elite society that he now rules. How then did he go from managing a construction firm to constructing the most valuable luxury brand empire in the world, encompassing names like as Christian Dior, Louis Vuitton, and Moet Hennessy? One basic but fundamental principle, vision, led to Arnault's ascent to the top. To him, brands had far greater cultural and emotional significance than mere corporations. However, he took calculated risks on his way to prosperity. Arnault took a daring step in 1984 when he bought out Bussac, Christian Dior's owner, a faltering firm. Most individuals would have been afraid to take such a tremendous chance. Many saw the company's impending demise as a lost wager. But Arnault saw opportunity, not failure. Opportunity exists where others perceive failure. This is Arnault's first lesson for everyone seeking to comprehend prosperity. Although most people viewed Bussac as a ship in distress, Arnault foresaw a chance to restore and transform her into a formidable force. The high-end luxury label, Christian Dior, would become the jewel in his empire's crown once he reorganized the company, sold off unproductive areas, and focused solely on it. The worst part is that Arnault wasn't even a big figure in the business world when this deal happened. Actually, a lot of people believed he was crazy to take such a huge chance. Think about the stress of taking over a financially troubled firm while also defending yourself against others who thought it was a bad idea. The capacity to remain composed and look beyond the here and now was an essential quality that Arnault possessed, which most individuals would have crumbled under such intense scrutiny. When it came to amassing fortune, he realized that billion-dollar estates need a decades-long strategy, not a months or years-long one. People often assume that millionaires become wealthy overnight, which is not always the case. Very much to the contrary is true. The long game was played by Arnault and many others. He didn't only buy Bussac and turn it into the LVMH conglomerate. Years of planning, rebranding, and concentration on creating a world-class reputation in luxury were required. The second thing to know if you want to know how to get rich is that you need to be patient. Because they want results immediately, a lot of individuals give up too easily. However, there is a pattern to the lives of billionaires like Arnault, a pattern of gradual and consistent rise over years, if not decades. The public perceives just the achievements, the extravagant way of living, and the recognition. They fail to perceive the innumerable hours of labor, the restless nights, and the difficult choices that accompany the establishment of an empire. Understanding that wealth is not about generating fast gains, but about establishing something that will last for generations is crucial to Arnault's success. Anyone may benefit from this long-term strategy, whether they are just starting out in company or are planning for their retirement. Those who can put off gratification in the near term in favor of more substantial benefits in the long run tend to be the most successful. The fascinating part starts here, though. Arnault wasn't content with a single high-end label. He aimed to develop a conglomerate of luxury companies after transforming Dior into a worldwide powerhouse. Here is when his brilliance really shows. He spread his bets throughout the luxury market rather than relying on a single specialty. He made strategic acquisitions such as Louis Vuitton, Moet and Chandon, and Hennessy because he knew that a varied portfolio would protect him from market volatility and provide income in several ways. Now we can move on to the next important takeaway from Arnault's story. Diversity is the secret to long-term wealth creation. For some reason, a lot of individuals believe that if they only concentrate on one thing, they would achieve their goals more quickly. Billionaires like Arnault, on the other hand, understand the need of diversifying their revenue sources, particularly in complementary fields. At this point, you may be asking, does this imply that getting rich is simple once you're famous? It may appear that creating money is second nature for billionaires like Arnault, Musk, and Buffett. The path wasn't smooth, and they encountered several obstacles even on their voyage. Consider Elon Musk as an illustration. Despite their current notoriety, Musk's Tesla and SpaceX were both close to insolvency at one point. In 2008, SpaceX had recently had its third rocket launch failure, and Tesla was facing financial difficulties. The question for Musk was whether to continue putting his decreasing personal assets into these businesses or to just stop investing in them. Many would have given up in the face of such insurmountable obstacles. Except Musk didn't. He risked financial ruin by pouring all of his resources into his goal. The lesson here is that you need an almost unreasonable amount of faith in yourself and your ideas if you want to make a lot of money. Billionaires, in contrast to the cautious normal person, frequently risk everything for the sake of what they perceive as a potentially worthwhile reward. That doesn't imply that the wealthy are careless. Indeed, they frequently exhibit a remarkable level of planned risk-taking. However, they are cognizant of the fact that being cautious seldom results in enormous riches. When they have faith in something, they're not hesitant to put themselves out there and try something new. The capacity to invent and adapt is another characteristic that distinguishes billionaires from the common man. Arnault did more than acquire businesses. He revolutionized them. He transformed Christian Dior into an icon of opulence and exclusivity from a failing fashion brand. It wasn't a fluke. Rather, it was the product of insightful market research and daring brand repositioning efforts. Creativity isn't enough to be considered innovative. One must also be able to perceive opportunities for expansion in areas where others fail to do so. The Louis Vuitton brand was well known for its luggage when Arnault bought it. However, Arnault continued. Louis Vuitton became one of the world's most valuable companies as he broadened the product range to include accessories, fashion, and more. True wealth is created via invention and the capacity to perceive beyond what is immediately apparent as taught here. The opposite is true for many people. They are reluctant to change their routines or try anything new. However, multi-billionaires like Arnault, Musk, and Buffett are always seeking new innovations to enhance their existing assets. They are aware that the fastest way to fall behind is to do nothing at all. What about the times when billionaires lost everything? We've covered their successes, right? Actually, every millionaire has had setbacks. However, their reaction to setbacks sets them apart from the typical individual. As he expanded his dominion, Arnault encountered several obstacles. Deals didn't go through, businesses weren't successful, and there were times when his goals appeared insurmountable. But he never gave up when faced with adversity. Rather than giving up, he saw the lesson as a chance to improve his strategy and kept pushing ahead. If you want to be rich, you must learn that failure is not the end, but rather a stepping stone. Many people quit when things get tough because they believe failing indicates they aren't good enough. The reality, though, is that setbacks are inevitable. Billionaires like Arnault are wise enough to know better. They view setbacks not as reasons to give up, but as opportunities to grow. A billionaire's mentality is the one thing that sets them apart from the average person. Rather than viewing obstacles as barriers, Arnault viewed them as chances to demonstrate his worth and advance. The near collapse of Tesla and SpaceX did not deter Musk from believing in his vision. On the contrary, he strengthened his conviction in what he was doing. Buffett was patient and disciplined, and he didn't go into dangerous deals just for the sake of making a fast profit. Your thinking dictates your success, and this is the single most essential thing you can learn if you want to amass riches. It will be impossible for you to make money if you think it is impossible. No one will ever take the chances that are required of them if they are too scared to fail. Your future could be limitless, but it all starts with a decision. Don't wait. Join the Endless Billionaire community today and unlock the mindset, tools, and strategies to achieve your financial dreams.